You know, Sophia, spilled coffee really seems to be our unofficial podcast mascot at this point. I can't decide if it's a curse or just a good excuse to swap out my wardrobe.
That's so true. At this rate, we might need a coffee cleanup jingle. But honestly, it's funny how something as small as a coffee spill can change your whole mood for the day, depending on how you look at it.
Right. And I think it sets the perfect stage for today's theme. The way we react, laugh, or complain makes all the difference. I love how you flipped your coffee disaster into an excuse for a comfy hoodie. That's a win in my book.
And you turning your kitchen into a cafe with the smell? That's pure positive thinking in action. Sometimes, just finding a little silver lining makes the problem shrink. Speaking of turning things around, that ties right into our topic today.
Let's get into it. A lot of people seem to think positive thinking is just about smiling and pretending everything's great, but that's not really it, is it?
Not at all. Real positive thinking is about facing what's difficult, but focusing on solutions instead of just the problems. For example, saying, "I can't do this," turns into, "I'll try." "I can learn." It's a shift in mindset, not a denial of reality.
Exactly. It's like carrying a heavy backpack. If you tell yourself it's unbearable, it feels heavier. But if you think, "This is making me stronger," suddenly, the load feels more manageable. The situation doesn't change, but your attitude does.
And that's huge for language learners too. If you view mistakes as proof you can't learn, you'll feel discouraged. If you see them as steps toward improvement, you stay motivated. Actually, that brings us to the next level: how optimism and action work together.
So, taking it deeper, some people think positive thinking is just wishful hoping, but it's more powerful when you combine it with action. Just saying, "I'll pass the exam" isn't enough if you don't crack open your book.
Exactly, and honestly, optimism without action is like a car with no gas. It looks great, but isn't going anywhere. That's why successful learners write down good things that happen or repeat phrases like, "I can handle today." These small habits create momentum.
Right. It's almost like training your brain at the gym. Little daily reps build a stronger mindset. And over time, those new habits turn positive energy into real progress.
And when things get tough, those habits make it easier to keep going. Speaking of tough times, we should dig into resilience, how positive thinking helps you bounce back after failure.
Let's be honest. Everyone fails sometimes, whether it's an exam, a job interview, or just a tough day. Negative thoughts try to tell us to give up, but positive thinking helps us see failure as preparation, not punishment.
That's the secret. Like the saying goes, fall 7 times, stand up 8. Resilient people let failure teach them. They don't ignore pain, they give it meaning. I've seen learners treat a low test score not as the end, but as motivation to push harder.
And psychology backs that up. Your attitude after a setback sets the stage for your future. If you see every stumble as a lesson, it's so much easier to keep moving forward.
You know, that actually leads us to the highest level when positive thinking becomes less about simple cheerfulness and more about finding meaning through discipline.
So here's the big idea. At the highest level, positive thinking is about discipline. It's not about ignoring pain, but turning it into something meaningful, like learning to surf instead of just hoping the waves will stop.
Love that. Viktor Frankl said suffering without meaning is unbearable, but with meaning, it leads to growth. When you choose to see challenges as part of your story, even tough days add to your success tapestry.
It's kind of beautiful when you think about it. Both the bright and the dark moments make up who we are. Alone, the hard times feel ugly, but woven together, they create something unique.
So for our listeners, whether you're at Bone or C2, remember, positive thinking isn't just a grammar point, it's a superpower. And every comment, every new word is a thread in your own tapestry.
Before we wrap up, I want to challenge everyone. Which level did you survive today? Bone, B2, Cone, or C2? Drop it in the comments. And remember, typing your answer is a chance to practice your English, not just share your progress.
And don't forget, the PDF guide is waiting for you in the description. Review the vocabulary, read along, and practice shadowing sentences. Every small step counts.
Keep smiling, keep practicing, and keep building that positive mindset. We believe in you.
See you next time on the English Learners Podcast. And hey, maybe try not to spill your coffee tomorrow, but if you do, just remember, it's all part of the journey.